Hello, welcome back to Leeds Lately. Today, we of course are playing Cardiff City at home. And look, another game where we have to be winning it. I know we say that about nearly every game that we play, but it's a game where we've got to be winning it. I don't know, why am I so dark on this camera? You should be able to see me okay. Maybe it's because of the other lights coming in the room, but regardless, today, like I said, we're playing against Cardiff City. We'll talk about the lineup shortly, but welcome everybody who's joined us in the chat so far. Welcome, of course, to all of our Leeds Lately members. We've got Pierre in here, we've got Robert Wetzel, we've got Karen Curtin, we've got Chewy. Who else have we got? That might be it for now. Yeah, that's it for now. But so thank you to all our Leeds Lately members for joining us. Of course, thank you to all our non-Leeds Lately members as well for joining us today. And hopefully it is a good game. And hopefully we go out and win it. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that big red sub button as well, because that massively helps me out. But yeah, so about 15 minutes to go. People are talking about the Forest-Brighton game, 7-0 to Forest, which is ridiculous, isn't it? Elsewhere in the Championship today, let's just have a look at this before we have a look at our lineup. Elsewhere in the Championship today, in terms of things that we need to be worried about. In fact, actually, West Brom just lost, which obviously they're not a massive threat to us, but for playoffs and stuff, that's quite an important game. They lost 2-1 to Plymouth. Sheffield United are away at Derby, and that kicks off at 3 as well. And Burnley are away at Portsmouth, and Sunderland are away at Borough. So if somebody could keep me updated on the Sheffield United, Burnley and Sunderland games whilst this game that we're watching goes on, that would be great. And I would really appreciate that, of course, as well. Remember, for this game itself, I never remember where to point for that. For this game itself, please refrain from posting about goals so you don't spoil the game for me. I will remind everyone of that before we start. Afternoon, CB. Welcome, everybody. Yes, the cat is lying on a little cat shelf thing and enjoying the sunshine there. So, yeah. At least she's nice and warm, even though I'm not because it's freezing. Right, let's have a look at the lineup then, shall we? Because we have had a few changes from the last game. So this time, Melier comes in. He starts again. Sorry, Bogle at right back, Rodon, Ampadu, and tell you what, that's actually wrong. Because even though I created the new lineup and I exported it, I didn't bloody put it on the. I didn't put it on the screen. There you go. That should be the correct one now. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Melier in goal. Bogle, Rodon, and Ampadu are joined now by Firpo instead of Byram, and then Rothwell comes back in for Gruev, and then Tanaka partners him. Then you've got James, Aronson, and Solomon in behind Joel Piroux. It's always one thing, isn't there? That's the thing with me. There's always at least one problem. Like I've managed to get everything sorted, but I forgot to actually put it on the stream. But yeah, and the like button as well. If you hit the like button, we should get up to 100 likes, and that is when we score a goal, and we all know that. We're owed one as well from the Burnley game. We are owed one from that game. Sunderland play Middlesbrough Monday. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, I must have just been reading all the 3 o'clock kickoffs and got distracted and thought they were all going to be the same. But no, that is not the case. Like you say, it's going to be Monday when that game is played. I'm a bit confused. Maybe I've changed one of the settings on my camera or something, and that's why it's a bit darker by accident when I was messing around with it. But oh well. It's well lit enough to see, isn't it? It's just that I think that the cat is becoming the foreground. Hold on. Whoa, this is like some sort of pulsing effect that you'd see on some sort of movie or something. I need to turn that off. God knows. Yeah, it's because there's light in the background, but I'm not going to upset the cat by not letting her have the light, am I? So we're about 9 minutes away from kickoff here. Yeah, that was last week's lineup, Chewy, accidentally. But yeah, Plymouth won 2-1. So there's been some interesting games today. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Now, the transfer window actually ends on the 3rd, doesn't it? Does the January transfer window close? Yeah, deadline is Monday, the 3rd of February. Most of the time it ends on the 31st of January, which was yesterday. But this time it's the 3rd of January. So I'm hoping that Leeds are able to get someone across the line. Yeah, what are you trying to say, Pierre? Mind your attitude. Right, let's get the game ready. If I can remember how to do this. That's it. We're in the Championship, aren't we? There we go. Stuart Dallas in the studio on LUTV. Welcome everybody who's joining. Oh, happy birthday, Penny. Happy birthday. And hopefully Leeds do get the win to make it a better birthday for you. I think that we should have more than enough to get the job done today. Let's have a look at the Championship table. So Cardiff currently sit in 18th. They've won 7, drawn 10, lost 12, and have a goal difference as -11, and they're on 31 points. And of course, we've got 17 wins, 9 draws, 3 losses, and 60 points. So we're 2 points ahead of Sheffield United, 2 points ahead of them, 3 points ahead of Burnley, and 5 points ahead of Sunderland. If we can win again today, some of those other teams have got difficult fixtures this weekend, and there's every chance that we could pull away from them a little bit more, which would be really, really a good time to do it just after Christmas in the run into the rest of the second half of the season. They haven't lost in their last 5. Well, that's about to change, isn't it? Because no team that's 18th in the table is that consistent for very long. So it's going to be us that knocks them off their little perch. What's on the card? Oh, I've got the Cardiff badge there. Yeah, it knocks the swallow off its perch. There you go. Because they've got a swallow on their badge. I think that's a swallow, isn't it? What bird is on the Cardiff City badge? Oh, the bluebird, which makes sense because they get called the bluebirds. But, I mean, it's literally in the shape of a swallow, isn't it? But let's have a little look at this. Bluebirds are a North American group of medium-sized, mostly insectivorous or omnivorous birds, or insectivorous or omnivorous birds. So why are they on the Cardiff City badge? If they're a North American bird. Someone can tell me that, you get a gold star. Yeah, that's, yeah. I've just come back to the chat and seen that Chewy was saying that as well. They're not native to the UK. We also don't have Blue Jays here in the UK either, Robert. Yeah, if anybody is just joining us, the lineup: Melier in goal, Bogle at right back, Rodon, Ampadu and Firpo make up the rest of the back four. Rothwell and Tanaka are in that midfield too, and then you've got James, Aronson and Solomon in behind Joel Pirou. Maybe they messed up when deciding the mascot. That's random, Pierre. Why? Ethan Ampadu, obviously captain in Leeds today. Interesting that Firpo is in the starting lineup today, because there has been rumours of Firpo going back to Real Betis. And potentially, I think we were at one point there was rumours that we were looking at Matt Target, and then the club said maybe not looking at Matt Target, and there's been no official bid and all these sorts of things. So for me, putting Firpo in the starting lineup is basically saying we want to keep you. So yeah, look, I hope Firpo has a good game today. The thing is with Firpo, right? I think he's one of the people who only has a year left on his contract. He's for 6 months till the end of the season, for even less than that, really. I think he could be a vital cog in our attacking football. And I think that he's a really good attacking fullback for the Championship. I think in the Premier League, Firpo's not going to be good enough, and we would lose him for free if we went up and didn't get him on a new contract. So maybe that's where some of the thinking was. Players heading out onto the pitch now, by the way, everybody. CB saying, found this RE Bluebirds nickname. The team's nickname comes from the blue and the white colours that they've worn at home since 1908, well, with the exception of a short period in the 2000s. Yeah, but it doesn't really... I get it, but it doesn't really explain why it's a blue. Like, they could have used a native British bird or a more native Welsh bird that's synonymous with Wales and just made it blue and white on their logo, on their badge. That's what I don't quite get. Leeds players just walking across and shaking hands with all the Cardiff players now, and it's going to be not very long at all before we are underway again here. Cardiff lineup is going to be shown in a second, but first of all, yeah, as expected, like I said before, Melier in goal, Rodon and Ampadu as the centre-backs, Bogle, Firpo, Rothwell, Tanaka, Aronson, James, Solomon and Pirou. On our bench, we've got Darlow, Strauch's back on the bench, Ramazani, Joseph, Gilavogi, Byram, Nonto, Verba and Gruev is the Leeds United bench. Of course, that is a very, very strong bench. When it comes to the Cardiff City lineup, they have Anik, Gutas, Dalland, Rolls, O'Dowda, Chambers, Robertson, El Ghazi, Rinomota, Ashford and Robinson as their starting lineup. On their bench, you've got Horvath, Fish, Mansverk, Willock, Salech, Bagan, Colwell, Ung and Reindorf, and G and Reindorf on the bench. Yeah, it is a very championshipy side, isn't it, that Cardiff side? So hopefully that means that we can do the numbers on them. Yeah, if you are just joining us, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button down below. Just a reminder as well not to shout out goals in the chat before I've reacted to them, just so that I can I make sure that I don't get any spoilers for the game, because it would ruin it for me. And yeah, make sure you like the stream so that we get to 100 likes, and that's when we score a goal, and we all know that that works. Yeah, that was a horrendous dive from Bamford, wasn't it? Like a really bad one. Let's just press on to the next screen, and we shall get ready shortly to put the timer on the screen. Not long now, everybody. I'm going to attempt... I think I'm going to attempt to not do a restart at halftime because I've tried some new settings in OBS that I think may help the situation. So we may get some crashes in the second half, but there's literally no other way for me to test it out other than on a live stream, which is very annoying. Yeah, I will get ready to reset the corner counter. Oh, we're underway. Here's the Cardiff City goalkeeper sending it long and then headed away by Rodon, who is, of course, a Welshman, but a Welshman of Swansea loyalties, not Cardiff. Good foot there by Bogle as he intercepts that through ball from Al Ghazi, and now Tanaka down the line to Dan James. Dan James cuts inside here. Dan James on a bit of a run into the opposition half. Now over to Joel Pirou, who tries to play it out wide there to Solomon, and then two bad passes in a row there from Pirou, but it can be picked up in the end by Rothwell. You can see already that Cardiff are going to be content to sit back here and pack themselves in tightly. Good ball down the line there from Rothwell to Solomon. Solomon's out on the left-hand side now, tries to play a ball into the half space for Firpo, but it's cleared away only as far as Solomon himself, who gets a knee to that, and it's going to be a throw-in just into the start of the second minute here. Afternoon, everybody who's joining us. Welcome to the stream. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, because if you do, when we get to 100 likes, that's usually when we score a goal. Scientific fact. And of course, read that little notice in the top left of the screen. Please don't post about goals before I've reacted to them. Other than that, if you're just joining us, 0-0 at the moment, just a few minutes into this game, as Joe Rodon picks up that through ball from Cardiff and safely plays it back to Ilan Melier. Now Rodon bringing the ball forward. Dan James doing well to get his body in there. But again, another ex-Swansea player is fouled in Dan James there, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. Callum O'Dowda with the foul on him, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds just inside the Leeds half. Actually, no, sorry, it was Rolls who made that foul, not O'Dowda. My mistake. Now Bogle has the ball and plays it across to Ethan Ampadu, who's currently in the centre circle. Gives it to Rodon. Poor ball there from Rothwell and picked up here again by Cardiff. Cardiff looking to come forward here, but the hesitation forces them to go back and then forward out to the right-hand side. Back to the halfway line again. From this distance, it very much looks like we're playing Everton. Blue kit and the white shorts. Leeds press, forcing them all the way back to the goalkeeper here. Millwall QPR 1-1 already, bloody hell. Oh, good ball there from Solomon to Dan James. Dan James inside the box. His shot is deflected wide there. Unlucky for Leeds. Dan James's shot just deflected right wide of the post, and it's going to be a Leeds corner kick. Leeds players congregating on the edge of the box, waiting for this Rothwell corner to come in. Rothwell then with two arms up. Delivery into the box, headed by Firpo, and it's going to be a goal kick. For any of those of you who are new here, I know that technically the Tanaka goal against Sheffield Wednesday counts as a goal from a corner, but informally, we're counting it here as someone whips the ball into the box from a corner and someone actually heads it in. That's going to be a Cardiff throw in there as Rothwell's header does not go to a teammate and instead goes out into touch. El Ghazi tries to keep this one in. Good little cross into the box there by Cardiff, and Firpo heads it out to the edge. Is Robinson. Out wide again, and a chance for them to cross the ball in again here, Cardiff. Ball comes into the box, headed away by Rodon, only as far as the edge of the box, and now Piru can help out, gives the ball to Firpo. Firpo plays it back to Piru here. If Piru can find a good pass, Leeds might be on a bit of a break here, but instead he carries the ball a decent distance. Great ball from Piru into Dan James. Dan James goes round to the goalkeeper. Dan James with an open net. Passes it to Brendan Aronson. 1-0 to Leeds. Sorry, Kat, I know I disturbed you there, but 1-0 to Leeds. What a counter-attack that was. I'm sorry, I can't have the Joel Piru slander. I can't have the Joel Piru slander. People do not watch the game if they don't think that Joel Piru is helpful to our team. Yeah, Dan James just with a touch on Piru's pass. So Piru brought the ball. Sorry, I realised I didn't explain that for the replay. Piru carries the ball forward, plays a lovely ball into the path of Dan James, who takes it around the goalkeeper. But there's a player there, and he cuts back and passes it into Brendan Aronson, who's got an open net to aim into. Yeah, so that's it. And look, that's another assist for Dan James, another goal for Brendan Aronson, and a goal-creating action for Joel Piru. The numbers are stacking up for these boys, and putting us 1-0 up. Yeah, Robin was only talking about the corner, CB, so don't worry about that. He was just saying that from what I said about it, to me it only counts if it's volleyed or headed in directly, because we just don't do that, do we? So I want to see how long. Yes, Martin. So much for the scientific 100 likes theory then. But if you remember at the start of the stream, I said that we were actually owed one from the Burnley game because we hit 100 likes in that one and we didn't get a goal, so that's why we've scored so early. So scientific theory still holds up. PSA and Max, I cannot see the game, but why didn't Dan James go it alone? So when he was played the ball in the box, he was in the half space. He took it round the goalkeeper, but a player slid in so that Dan James couldn't shoot from that angle. So Dan James had to cut back on himself and run almost like towards his own goal a little bit. Then another player came across to block the shot. So there was an open pass to Aronson directly in front of the goal, and that's when he did it. Anyway, good start though. Really good start. Disturbed the cat, but she's back asleep again now, so. That ball's going to go all the way through to Melier. Here's Ampadu. Now Rodon. Martin Sykes saying, I predict 4 today. If Plymouth can score 2, we can score 4. Well, I hope so. I really hope so. Oh, Piru with a really good ball there around the corner again. I'm sorry, I'm not having the Piru slander. Now a good ball from Solomon out to Firpo. Firpo tries to put it in the box. Cleared away for a Leeds corner, though, by Cardiff City, and it's going to be Rothwell to go across and take this one. Yeah, so Solomon played the ball down the line for Firpo, who'd done the overlap. He tried to cross it into that near post where Aronson was waiting, but a player ran across in front of Aronson and just played it along the deck out by the corner flag. Rothwell getting ready to deliver this one again. Oh, it's come on to Rodon. Firpo just past the post. Rodon headed it towards goal and it was on target, but it hit the back of a Cardiff player, then bounced back to Firpo, who had a swing at it, and it just drifted wide of the near post there for Firpo. Yeah, just not enough of a good contact on it by Firpo, and it goes out. It drags it wide. That's the good thing about playing against a low block team. Look, they're not even necessarily playing that deep. But if you're playing against a team like Cardiff or someone lower down in the table who is going to attempt to keep it tight for as long as they could possibly can, if you can score against them early, like Liam B says, their game plan goes out the window and they have to then think about trying to get back into the game, and it upsets the whole balance of things that they wanted to do. So the fact that when we score early in games like this, it does unsettle the opponents. Of course it does anyway, but when they've got a game plan. And, I mean, it's the famous quote. Is it Mike Tyson that said everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face? Or is that ridiculously by someone else? I want to know now because I reckon I've quoted an idiot. No, it was Mike Tyson. John Prescott. Yeah, it was Mike Tyson, so I think it was a fair enough quote for the analogy that I was making. Here is Rothwell out wide now to Firpo. Firpo with a nice ball into Peru, who's dropped in between the lines again. Peru has lost the ball there, but the positions he's picking up and the way that he's utilising the ball is even better than usual today. I'm impressed with what Peru's doing. It's a really good ball forward, but Meslier can come out of his box and clear that one with his feet. Now picked up by Cardiff again and played out to the right-hand side. Firpo and Solomon trying to attempt to stop this, but it's going to get to the byline and crossed in. Meslier picks it up, but it is going to be an offside against Cardiff City. Thanks so much, Pierre, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Pierre saying, "See, I put my Leeds shirt on earlier, and looky here, worked perfectly, didn't it?" And that reminds me, actually, let's put the super chat goal on. Bryn Law just called him Tanaka. Oh, Piru with another ball back to Dan James. Dan James across the box. 2-0. 2-0. Solomon with an open goal because Dan James put it on an absolute plate. What a finish. What a pass, sorry. Great stuff. Let's have a look at the score here and change that to 2-0. This could be a bloodbath. This could be an absolute bloodbath. I'm sorry, but Joel Peru's just put another great ball through to Dan James. Straight through to Dan James. Dan James squares it across the goalkeeper. Open net for Solomon. And it is 2-0 to Leeds. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have to just be like, yes, but I can't say anything. Fantastic, though. 2-0 up. 2-0 up in the 14th minute. It can't be bad, can it? Cardiff 8 games unbeaten. And, well, Leeds are also unbeaten in a load of games as well. Could someone tell me how long it's been? It's been since the Blackburn game where we lost 1-0, I think. So if someone could tell me how many games that has been that we're unbeaten. I think we're on about 12 or 13. So someone's unbeaten run had to come to an end, and it's probably the team at the top of the championship who are going to keep theirs. Ball into the box for O'Dowda. Now Callum Robinson put a really good tackle in the box there by Rodon on O'Dowda. On Callum Robinson. There's an O'Dowda cross. Ball out wide now for Cardiff on the right-hand side. I don't think we're gonna. It's gonna be. It's the Archer thing is one of those ones where it's the same as Hamer from Sheffield United when they said no, and we said, well, okay, but what if we give you an extra $1 million? They were like, no, we're not going to sell him, and we keep pointlessly offering more money when they don't want to sell the player. I think that's the same with Cameron Archer, and I think it's. See, I don't know if clubs would ever do this. It's a little bit tinfoil hat, but like the fact that people sometimes think that the club is trying to cover themselves, basically. Rodon's just ran through half the team, dropped it off to Rothwell. Trying to cover themselves, basically, saying, look, we did try and buy a player. Good ball down the line to Aronson. Now Aronson back to Solomon. Back now to Rothwell. Now Aronson, Rothwell, Tanaka. Here's Rothwell. Now Firpo. Oh, Firpo takes out a Steward, and it's going to be another corner to Leeds. Yeah, there's been... Look, already in this game, we're 16 minutes in, and Junior Firpo has been in that position, crossing back from the byline multiple times. Multiple times already, and Byram never got to that point in any of the time he was playing, so it does make a difference. Rothwell crossing the ball into the box. If we did sign Cameron Archer, he would be second fiddle to Joel Piroux, because Joel Piroux is the top scorer in the Championship over the last 4 years. He on statistically is the best striker in the Championship. Here's Bogle. Yeah, but not... Byram does get forward, Pierre, but he doesn't get right to the goal line out wide and then cross the ball in the box as much as Firpo does by any stretch of the imagination. Leeds have got another corner here. We're racking them up. Oh, and now I've lost the footage. Oh no, it's back. Corner kick to come in then from Rothwell. Corner kick comes in, headed away. Ooh, Dan James shot from the edge of the box there. It took a deflection, and the goalkeeper was wrong-footed and had to dive and get a finger on that one to push it wide. So yet another corner. Robin, it's not a hammock. It's like a window seat thing. But kinda. But it's like suction cup to the window. Terrible corner by Rothwell there. It hit the first man at knee height. Yeah, Dan James's original shot with his left foot was actually going to be dragged wide of the right post. It took a deflection and the goalkeeper saved it on his left post. Who is the keeper for Cardiff? He's called Anik. Not sure what his first name is. Or is it Joe? I feel like that rings a bell. Here's Dan James. Currently in minutes applause for the teenage Leeds United fan who tragically lost his life in a car crash very recently. So that minutes applause is now going out in this 19th minute here. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, if anyone could hit the likes, that would be fantastic. Especially get that up to 100 likes as well, because you know that's when we score again. They're all football tackles, Robert, because it's football. Firpo tries to cross it in again. It's going to be another Leeds United corner. Welcome, Justin. Welcome, Justin O'Dell, one of our Leeds Lately members. This is going to be our 90th corner since we scored a direct header or volley from one. Ooh, ball's gone over all the way over everyone. I know what you mean, though. It's a very similar thing, Robert, to what we say in England or Britain or whatever. We'll say, bloody hell, that was a rugby tackle. So very similar kind of sentiment. Bogle. Oh, great ball now into Aronson. Aronson tries to put the ball across the box and the goalkeeper saves it, and it's going to be another Leeds corner. Piru held the ball off, got it to Dan James, got it back to Aronson, and then his ball across the box was cut out by the goalkeeper for another Leeds corner. Another corner for Leeds here. Rothwell takes it. Flicked on towards, well, it's gone out the back of the box actually over the other side, but Leeds may have a chance to cross it back in again here. Solomon tries to cross it across the box. Cleared away by Gutas for another Leeds corner. Can you believe how many corners we're having? We've had like 10 corners. That's what I'm thinking, Isaac. The closer we get to 100 corners, I'm thinking, let's just get there and then score one. How are we only 20 minutes in and we've absolutely been battering their goals? Their goal. That's another corner that didn't go to plan. Ball back out wide now to Solomon on the left. Now Rothwell. How many corners have we had? It must be like 10, surely. It feels like that. Tanaka with a cross into the box. Headed away. Now cleared away, but Rodon can come and help Firpo to pick that one up. And now Solomon has it in the centre. Out to Bogle on the right-hand side. Back into Tanaka. Now Rothwell. Now Firpo. Aronson, Firpo. Firpo's been completely blocked off there and knocked over, but now Rothwell with a tasty ball over to Bogle, who can get there, but only after it's been headed away by the Cardiff defender. Dan James now. Aronson, James again. Tanaka. He changes his mind, Brinlaw. Sometimes he calls him Tanaka. Sometimes he calls him Tanaka. 8 corners. Still feels like more than that, but still a lot of corners to have in 25 minutes, isn't it? Sometimes you don't get 8 corners in an entire game. A lot of the time you don't get 8 corners in entire games. Cleared away that cross from Leeds by Cardiff, but now Tanaka can pick it back up again and Leeds have the ball again. Leeds are absolutely dominant in this game. Here's Firpo. Now Joel Peru. Peru back to Firpo. He was going to cross it in, but it's going to be another corner. Millwall 2, QPR 1. It's another corner. Yeah, Aronson scored the first one and then Solomon scored the second one. And Dan James assisted both. What? Oh, I thought that was a corner. No, it wasn't. It was a goal kick. Swansea 0, Coventry 1. Thanks, Karen. Chambers back to Gutas. Across now to be chased down by Dan James, but not too ferociously. O'Dowda plays that one forward into Callum Robinson's feet. Ampadu are judged to be a little bit overzealous in that challenge, and it's going to be a free kick for Robertson to take on the halfway line, and he knocks it back to Gutas. Oxford 1, Bristol City 1. Thanks, Pierre. Look, if Burnley and Sheffield United both lose again, it will be unbelievable for us. Even if they just draw, we stay 3 points ahead. Wait, no, we don't stay 3 points ahead, would we? In the Premiership? Do you mean in the Championship? Dan James has only got 6 assists, actually. I don't know if that counts the 2 that he's just got today, because he'd be second. Or, no, sorry, he'd be third. Goals, Joel Peru is on 10. Callum Robinson for Cardiff is on 11. Isn't it weird now how, like, the best teams in the Championship, as in, like, Sheffield United, Burnley, and Sunderland, none of them have got a player in the top 10, top 8 maybe. How many is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the top 8 top scorers in the league, none of them have got one. Apart from Leeds, who've got Joel Peru with 10 goals. It's kind of mad when you think about it, isn't it? It's not necessarily about having... None of them have got... Leeds are the only one with someone in their top assist charts as well. So it's quite a weird thing to see, considering how the table looks. Yeah, that's true. Nearly 193 people in the chat. Get your likes in. If we hit 100, we score a goal. If we hit 200, we score 2 goals. So that's just how it works. Ball comes into the box from a Cardiff corner, and that's away by Leeds. Oh, Dan James nearly nipped in and took the ball then. when the last man had it. But here's Chambers. No doubt now back to Chambers again, and then it's going to go all the way back to Anik in the Cardiff City goal here. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 1. Cardiff no shots so far. Hey, 96 likes. Just a few more and we'll score again before half-time, hopefully. Here's Tanaka. Someone right next to him, but he still manages to get the ball away unscathed. Now Ampadu. Now Firpo down the line to Solomon. Back here to Rothwell. Rothwell with a little chipped ball towards the edge of the box. It's headed away there by the Cardiff City defence, but picked up again by Bogle. Now Rothwell. Tanaka. Oh. Having a little stretch. Yeah, straight back down again. Here's Solomon. Cutting inside now, going past his man. Looking for options. He drops it off to Rodon, who gives it to Ampadu. Hey, we've hit 100 likes. Thanks, everyone. Well, to be fair, this 100 likes is what we were owed for the second goal in this game. So we need to hit 100, another 100 really for our next goal. Tanaka's deflected pass is actually going to go to Bogle here on the right-hand side. I mean, Bogle could have won Leeds a corner there, but decided that it would actually be better to keep it in play, which says a lot. That's not very PG, what the cat's doing. This is a PG channel. Oh, he tries to get the ball through there, Firpo from the edge of the box, but it's taken away. And now Cardiff attempt to come forward. Ball to O'Dowda as he runs down the left-hand side. Good ball from him, or nearly was a good ball from him towards El Ghazi, but it's cut out by Leeds, and now there's a potential for another Leeds counter-attack. Leeds have got a 5-on-5 situation here. Here's Dan James, who was offside and blasts it into the crowd anyway. Yeah, if it had just stayed onside there, it was a really, really good opportunity for Leeds to score a third goal. It's all fluff, Munchie. It's all fluff. Oh, Plymouth, not Portsmouth. Portsmouth's also got a U in it, Isaac. Oh, here's Piru as he comes towards the edge of the box. Piru shoots! Just dragged past the far post there. Good strike. She's a ragdoll, Big Chazza. Yeah, Tanaka played it forward there. Piru took a good touch. He had a look up and there was a few options, but it opened up for him on the edge of the box. It was a decent strike. He just dragged it very slightly past the post. A pass there from the Cardiff City player actually clipped the heels of his own teammate and knocked him over onto the floor, which you don't see very often, but when you do, it's always amusing. Here's Bogle. Here's Tanaka, just coming over the halfway line now. Back to Rothwell. Tanaka again. Now Ampadu. Back to Rodon. Firpo. Firpo with a great ball into Solomon. Solomon's in the box here. He's played it to Dan James. Offside. I think he was onside. I didn't see any offside there. Would have been 3-0. Oh, so it wasn't Dan James that was offside. It was Solomon. There was no need, though, either, was there, really? I want to see the replay of that. But we're underway again here. Here's O'Dowda. This is what I'm saying, White Swan. Firpo makes a big difference. I like Byram, of course I do, especially with his history at the club and everything. But there's a big difference when you bring Firpo into the side. There really is a big difference in that attack, in the kind of attacking sense. There really is a more attacking threat comes down that side. Is Rothwell. Road on. It's not on Skype, yeah. That's why. Is Rothwell. It's the EF. It's actually it makes more sense because it's the EFL who run this footage. Here's Firpo. Firpo tries to cross it in, and it's going to be another Leeds corner. I thought we hadn't had one in a while. Yeah, but it actually plays more into your point, Pierre, that it's not Sky and that it's the EFL's footage. Yeah, Solomon was offside there, and there wasn't really any need to be. Portsmouth, because any place that's got mouth in the name of it, Isaac, in the UK that's not a very good corner, is because it's the mouth of a river, which is why. So Plymouth and Portsmouth are both the mouths of rivers, which is why they're like port towns, like a port's mouth. Here are Cardiff with the ball again. Long switched ball out to the left-hand side for O'Dowda. Dan James is sprinting across to cover that side. And now Callum Robinson running towards the Leeds box. Sliding tackle by Tanaka gets nowhere near, and then an attempted cross is cut out by Leeds, and Dan James is going to play a little ball into Aronson there. Aronson with a little bit of space to run here. Oh, he does get tackled, though. It was a good tackle, but Bogle comes in and wins it back, but straight back to a Cardiff player. It's got a little bit messy. Now a Cardiff player's just passed it straight to Piru. Now Aronson, back to Piru. Now Rothwell and Leeds can calm down a little bit. I wasn't saying that every place that is the mouth of a river is got mouth in the name, but I was saying every name that's got mouth in it is on the mouth of a river, which is an important distinction to make. Here's Rodon. Bogle. Now Dan James. Oh, he tries to play it into Aronson. Aronson's just been punched in the face there. He's going to get himself a free kick. At least the referee actually saw it this time. It was a rugby style handoff that from Rawls. Literally like put it in the face. Well, yeah, it does. It does add to my point though, doesn't it, Martin? That's what it says. It's just what's happened over time, Isaac, is people have called it muth rather than mouth because it's easier to say, I guess, and Portsmouth and Plymouth just don't sound quite right. So just over time, people just muth is what it gets kind of said as in dialect. But that's a big difference between Americans and the English with pronunciation. Perfect example is Birmingham. So we will all say Birmingham, which is, and I'm going to say it's correct because the Birmingham in America was obviously named after the Birmingham in Britain. But Americans will say Birmingham and they'll pronounce the H, which is the difference is that you guys pronounce things a little bit more literally. Cross came into the box there from that free kick and it's come out to the edge and Dan James goes to strike it and he goes to strike it again. Good strike, dragged past the post. But yeah, Americans tend to pronounce things quite phonetically in a lot of ways, apart from Arkansas. Yeah, but then, yeah, you're right, Shuey. There's loads of things that then don't make sense in English or whatever. Is Keithley is Keighley, but it's Keithley. But you wouldn't know that unless you're actually from there either, or from around that area, unless you were told, because you would look at it and go, how the hell do you say that? It's going to be a throw into Leeds there, actually. The ball went out of play. Ball back with Gutas now. This has been a very tangential first half in terms of what we've been talking about. Yorkshire's the only place where you can say tin, 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 and it makes sense. Tin, tin, tin. And for people who didn't understand what I'm saying there, that means it isn't in the tin. Tin, tin, tin. It int tin. Bogle with the ball forward there that's been cut out by O'Dowda, and now his rolls back to O'Dowda again. Now El Ghazi out on the left-hand side. Good feet by him, and plays it back again to Rolls and now to O'Dowda. Good foot there by Tanaka, who realised that he'd overcommitted for that and then pulled out and just kind of did a sliding knee tackle into touch. Took good, took bad, took ugly. Still no shots from Cardiff, Robert's saying. Good foot there by Solomon, and Leeds have the ball back again. Here's Tanaka. Now Firpo. Down the line here to Solomon with a chance to cross. Still looking for a chance, but he's going to have to play it backwards here, and he does to Rothwell. The first goal was the Burnley game. The first goal was the 100 likes from the Burnley game that we were owed, Robert. And the second goal was a deposit that they put in our account. And then once we got 100 likes, we'd earned it. Here's El Ghazi on a good run here. He shoots from distance. Meslier can save that one easily. Get another run, we can rest Aronson. Yeah. Potentially try other people in that number 10 role as well, like Nonto. Long ball forward here from Meslier, headed away by Chambers. Now out wide to Rinomota. Tries to cross that one in, but it's going to go out for a Leeds. No, it's going to go out for a Cardiff corner, actually. Yeah, we need to get to 200 likes, and that's when we can get the. The third goal. Here's Solomon. He's somehow still going until Rinomota actually pulls him down onto the ground by his arm, and he's going to get himself a yellow card for it as well, Rinomota. He's literally just was like, right, no, you're not going anywhere. I'm pulling you down. Here's Tanaka. Now Tanaka out wide to Firpo. Tanaka gets it back again. Tanaka with a long switched ball that somehow fortuitously ends up at the feet of Bogle after it's been headed away. And now Dan James goes to shoot. Good strike on it, but it's been kept out by the goalkeeper. And now Rothwell back out wide to Firpo. Firpo with another chance to cross the ball in the box, but it's caught there by the Cardiff goalkeeper. And it's going to be rolled out by him. Here's Aronson on the edge of the box. Now Dan James curls it wide. Aronson should have shot himself from the edge of the box there. Just 1 minute added on, by the way. John Clarkson saying Burnley and Sheffield United still no goal. Thanks for the update, John. See what he did there, Isaac. Well, this entire 1 minute added on has just been the ball out of play, to be honest. So I'd imagine we might get a few more seconds added on after this. Here's Bogle. It's going to be a free kick against Dan James, but then it's going to be half-time. Anyway, Leeds 2-0 up at half-time. Could have been more. It really could have been more. I'm going to take a short break now. Don't go anywhere. I will be back very, very shortly for the second half of this one. So I should Hello, we're back. Let's see what people have been saying about that first half in the chat. White Swan saying total domination, it's entertaining. I think it's one of the best performances I've seen under Farker in terms of entertainment value, in terms of the sheer domination of the game that we've been having. I think it's up there with one of the best that I've seen under this management. People saying, yeah, as long as they don't sit back, then it should be entertaining still. As long as we don't sit back as well, that obviously makes a difference, because if we sit back and let them back into the game, then it'll be a bit uncomfortable. But Chewy's saying, well, this makes a nice change. Comfortable, worry-free home match on a Saturday afternoon. Well, let's just hope that it stays that way. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, she's gone. Sorry, you've lost the mascot. You can hear me, can't you? We're just checking that you can hear me. Yeah, sorry, I had a notification saying the sound was at 0. But that's just from when I had it muted before, so I just wanted to check. But yeah, look, I mean, I think if we were going to... I didn't reset White Swan. I still needed to have a comfort break, as it's been referred to in the chat. That's so weird, isn't it? Just because there was something over there, I looked so much darker before in the lights, and now it's lit me up quite well again, which is odd. Although, am I still out of focus? Let's try and fix that. Do you know what? It's half time, isn't it? So that's better, isn't it? Seen a replay of this opening goal now. Yeah, great ball forward from Peru. And Dan James has to cut back past 2 players and the goalkeeper to then pass it across to Aronson, which is why he couldn't shoot himself. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I won't have any Joel Peru slander this season. He's doing his job. He's doing exactly what Farker wants him to do. So, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Oh, they hate it when you call them Notts Forest, Martin. Because Notts County... Nottingham Forest never get called Notts Forest by their own fans. They only call them Forest. They get annoyed at you if you do that. Not that you're arsed, but just for a little bit of trivia. They prefer to be called Forest. Yeah, Cardiff have been saving ink. Cardiff have been really poor in this game as well, haven't they? Really poor. I'm just going to unplug my mic for a minute because it's all loose, so I need to unplug it and then spin it around a couple of times to tighten it. So just give me a sec. There we go. Perfect. Portsmouth looks way cooler. Portsmouth. I'm not sure that I agree with you there, Isaac. I don't need a lip mic because this isn't for commentating like this. This is for all my videos. And also, this is like one of the best microphones that you can buy. Professional podcasting microphone. James has learnt to use his left peg this season. He absolutely has. He's cut back in on his right foot so many times. Cut back in on his left foot, sorry, from his right, and being able to cross and shoot. And it's really adds another aspect and quality to his game, being able to do that. I think he's improved massively, Dan James, over the time that we've had him. Sent him out. I can't really believe that we sent him out to Fulham on loan for that season when he was such one of Bielsa's main guys. Jesse Marsh was like, nah, I'll just send you out on loan. Don't fancy it. There's a thing advertised on LUTV. It's fundraising and everything like that, so it's for a good cause, but it's abseiling on Elland Road. But I wouldn't want to abseil on Elland Road because it's going to fall apart at some point. So what are you hooked onto? Because if you're hooked onto the West Stand, the whole thing could come down. A few more chances for Leeds in this first half as well. We're just reviewing them now. We, as if I'm in the studio with them. That they are just reviewing them now. Dan James, one where he shot and it was deflected wide. And he had a couple, Dan James, that were deflected. Could have easily wrong-footed the goalkeeper. The entire stadium's about to fall down, to be honest, so I'm looking forward to this stadium expansion if it happens. Yeah, Rodon had a header from a corner earlier that might have actually gone in the top corner, but it hit the back of a Cardiff player's head. Oh no, it hit him in the small of his back actually. Yeah, I think Leeds have been unlucky not to score more in this game. We've had a load of shots, we've had a load of corners. I don't know what we started this game on in terms of corners. In fact, I can actually find out if I scroll back on my preview thing here. Yeah, we started on 84 corners in this game. We started on 84 and we're now on 93, so we did have 9 corners in that first half. Which is a lot of corners. I also just want to quickly look at the Championship standings, because as it stands, we go up onto 63 points. Sheffield United would be on 59 and Burnley would be on 58. And yeah, we'd be 4 points ahead of second at that point and 5 points ahead of third. And 8 points ahead of Sunderland in fourth. So it's yeah. But we're already 2-0 up, so if we can see this one out, which you'd like to think that we'll be able to do, it would be it would be fantastic for us. I can't believe that Dan James has only got 6 assists this season. 7 goals and 6 assists. Last season, Dan James had 13 goals, 7 assists, so 20 goal contributions. This season, in 24 matches, he's already got 11. Yeah, so that actually matches out right. Do you know what? That's about right for him to go on to get the same amount of goals and assists as last season. Three goals would not make me comfortable, Hull in mind. 127 likes, net goal 150. Or maybe we score half a goal. According to Howard Wilkinson, you get 10 corners, you score 1 goal. According to Daniel Farke, you get 100 corners, you score 1 goal. Everton beating Leicester 3-0. How can you trust the suction cups on the cat's window device? The thing on the left-hand side, it always unpops. The top one, it's underneath the blinds, but it always unpops and falls off. But sometimes she just lies on it on like a 45-degree angle. But that's not where she sleeps at night, so we don't need to worry about that. What time is it? Let's hope we're back soon. I've just opened up a new tab on Twitter to see what the reaction is at half-time. Thanks for sharing the stream, Robert Wetzel. I've only just noticed that you did because I've only just been back on Twitter again. So let's have a look at Leeds' post saying 2 up at the break. Someone saying why not offer Firpo a contract? Been excellent this year. The Rothwell Howitzer has put a rare photo of Lionel Messi with Dan James, and it's a picture of Lionel Messi with a goat. People saying easily the best team in the league. Someone screaming drop Piru and Aronson, which I think is irony. But yeah, look, we've had a fantastic first half. I'd like to see us go out there and get a few more. Leeds are coming back out onto the pitch now. $7-0. Do you remember when Palace beat Liverpool 7-1? Underway here for the second half. Remember, if you haven't already, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that sub button as well. And of course, yeah, I think that was it actually. We're underway again here at Elland Road. Yeah, it's only just got underway though, Pierre. 30 seconds or so. Who have we got Wednesday night? Oh, yeah, sorry. It was Villa that beat Liverpool 7-2, and it was Liverpool that beat Palace 7-1. Yeah. Solomon tries to pick the ball up here, but it's actually gone back to a Cardiff player. Coventry. Thought that would have been a good foot there by Tanaka, but it was a foul by Firpo, and the Cardiff player ended up smacking right into Tanaka's knee, so I hope that's all right. I think we score just after I yawn. I'll yawn just before we take a penalty then. Long ball into the box then from Cardiff, and it's been given as a foul against Cardiff as they knock over Bogle, I think it was, in the box. Well, certainly Piru does, Isaac. I think the referee's having a word with Darland here, the Cardiff defender, over something that happened there. He had hold of Bogle, and he just kind of threw him on the floor, and then maybe he did something as he walked back past. I'm not sure. Righty and Brighty. Good switch there from Tanaka out wide to Junior Firpo. Oh, Firpo's pass there. Cut out, and now El Ghazi can play the ball down the left side. Cardiff are already a little bit more threatening in this half, and Leeds just need to be careful that we're not getting complacent here. Here's O'Dowda. Bogle nibbling at his ankles the whole time. Still going O'Dowda, but now he's overrun the ball. And Aronson trying to go forward with it. O'Dowda surely will get himself a yellow card for that, stopping a counter-attack. Derby have scored 1-0 over Sheffield United. Well, isn't that just some mighty fine news? Here's Solomon. Still going. Loses the ball there, but Aronson tries to play it back through to Joel Peru, and then the goalkeeper can clear it. It was offside anyway against Peru. BBC has it the other way around. Oh, it's Sheffield United that scored. Oh, that's disappointing. Yeah, it is Sheffield United that scored. Ben Brereton Diaz. Oh, how annoying. Still top of the table, of course, but it puts Sheffield United 2 points behind us again. Rothwell charging forwards here, gives the ball to Solomon. Now Junior Firpo. Firpo tries to cross the ball into the box. 3-0. Dan James at the back post. Now, hasn't he deserved that? Hasn't he deserved that? He's had 2 assists and a goal now, Dan James, in this game. What a performance from Dan James. It's a really good ball across the box as well by Firpo, and Dan James with a goal. You say that, Jeff, but what about the Hull game? It's a great ball into the box towards the back post there, and Dan James just knocks it into the roof of the net. He deserved to get that goal. Well, you'd like to think so, Jeff, but we can never say never. Here's Ampadu. Tanaka. Rothwell plays that one back to Rodon now. He's deserved a goal as well, Dan James, for his performance. Firpo. It's good to see that all our goals are coming from... Oh, Solomon's in here down the side. Oh, no, it's offside. It's good to see that all our goals are coming from different sources. The fact that we're winning 3-0 and it's all by different scorers. It's good to see that we're a bit more dynamic with our goal scoring this season. Two-horse race is fine as long as it's only 2 teams that run away at the top. The reason that we struggled last season was because there was 4 teams that all ran away with it at the top of the league. Here's Rinamoto down the right-hand side. He's got the run on Firpo here. Ball into the box, away by Rodon, and now Firpo can deal with it. Ampadu back to Rothwell, who clears that one down the line. Now, Gutas. Another 3 for our goal difference as well, by the way, which is getting rather ridiculous at the moment. We owed some goals from the last game as well. Here's Gutas. Dan James into Rothwell. Now Joel Piroux. Piroux into Aronson. Aronson's that's a red card. That's a red card, referee. You absolute bottle arse. He's completely bottled that. Brendan Aronson would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper there. Last man and got tripped up. I'd like to see that one again, Tony, as well. I agree with you because I think that really should have been... I think that really should have been a red card there. But he didn't even give a free kick. Still not shown it. Now we're going to see it. So Piroux gets it. Gives it to Aronson. He's dived. Aronson dived there. Why? When you would have been through on goal. You'd rather score than try and get someone sent off. It's a bit annoying that, to be honest. Yeah, it was a dive, and I actually think that Aronson should have got a yellow card for it. Ball to Robertson here for Cardiff, who shoots from distance. Meslier with a good save there, and Firpo can clear. Well, they've had a shot. Here's Ampadu. It was a speculative shot from distance. Meslier saved it well, but it's their first shot that they've had this game. Here's Bogle. Bogle with a good ball down the line here for Dan James. Dan James cuts back. Good ball into the box. Oh, now Solomon on the edge. Now Joel Piroux. Piroux with some magic feet there. Manages to get the ball back to Rothwell. Now Firpo. Chance to put the ball across the box. Cleared away by Gutas this time. Yeah, he's been great, hasn't he, Graham? He's on 12 goal contributions now in 24 games or whatever it is that he's played. How many games have we played? Sorry, 30 games he's played and he's got 12 goal contributions. Or at least 30 games of the season. I don't think he's... So, substitute for Cardiff here. Al Ghazi is coming off and Darland's coming on off for Salek and... Bagan. Perfect time to try a number 10 option like Nonto Hank saying. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I think given the fact that we're 3-0 up, I think now's the time to maybe experiment with a few things in the attack. Not in the defence or anything like that. Not in the main structure of the team, but in the attack maybe is time to try. Well, gives other people a bit of a run out. Here's Piroux. Piroux, nearly gets it back to Dan James, but cut out by Gutas again. I couldn't understand why Gutas had gone to Cardiff when he went, because he had an unbelievable record in the Turkish league. But I don't know, maybe it just hasn't translated that well. He seems like he's a little bit sluggish and a little bit slow to turn. I didn't see that. Apparently someone did something good there, but it wasn't on the video, so that's annoying. Firpo tries to take a touch back to Peru there first time. Didn't really work out for him though. That's going to be a goal kick there for Cardiff. I want to see the replay of whatever Tanaka did when it was showing a replay on the screen and not showing what he was doing, because the commentators just thought that it was pretty good. Gaetano Berra. Cardiff with the ball now, trying to play it out from the back. Tanaka intervenes though. Tanaka just did a nailing flop and it didn't work. Oh, cat's gone under the bed. Long throw in then from Cardiff. Now Peru. He tries to play it back to Solomon, but he doesn't manage it. Now Rinomota under a bit of pressure here, but he chips a little ball out to the right-hand side. Back inside now to Callum Robinson. Now Robertson out wide. Yeah, Firpo's been really good. Dan James has been really good. I'm not glad that Jorginho Rutter went, but there is let's say that there's a silver lining to it, and it means that and the fact that Aronson's come back, it means that there's a lot more of an incentive to play Peru as an actual striker rather than keep trying him in the number 10 over and over again, which is a frustration we all had last season. And I've only just kind of thought about the fact that because Aronson's pretty much an out-and-out number 10, you can then play Peru in his actual position. What's the point of a touchline ban for a manager, which I think is what's happened with the Cardiff, because he's up in the director's box and he's talking on a little microphone to his assistant manager on the touchline. What's the point of him being banned if he's allowed to communicate throughout the game? Here's Gutas. Aronson's picked the ball up here. He's done really well, Aronson. Go on, Aronson, shoot. Oh, he tries to play it to Dan James. It has gone to Dan James, but Dan James tries to shoot. It's headed away, and now Firpo picks it up. Firpo turns back. Still 0-0 Burnley and 1-0 to Sheffield United. Thanks for the update, Pierre. Robert Wetzel saying, no, last season there was a lot of one-on-one play. This season there is way more team play in the attack. Do you know what as well? The last season we scored a lot of our goals from counter-attacks. Good ball into the box there from Dan James, but a poor header from Peru. A lot of our goals came from counter-attacks, and they came from Jorginho Rutter and Somerville. And because we lost both of those players, we don't tend to be actually having as many... What are you doing? Cat's doing something weird. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on then. Strange thing. She was like shoving her head under the duvet from the floor. What are you doing? Here's Tanaka. Now Aronson. What the hell are you doing? Cat's being really weird. Here's Rothwell. Now Firpo. Hello. There's a little cat here. I don't. You can't see her. Hold on. Oh, she's gone. Here's Solomon. She's the same colour scheme as Lucas the Cop Cat, Here's Solomon. Chance for Leeds to attack here from the edge of the box. Here's Joel Peru. Peru shoots. Saved by the goalkeeper, Dan James. Brought down. Penalty to Leeds. Look over there. All right, then. Oh, yeah, I will yawn just before we... Yeah, Dan James, for those who didn't see, Peru shot, saved by the goalkeeper, and Dan James was about to finish. O'Dowda just wiped him out from the back, but double jeopardy, he only gets a yellow card, not a red. Just yawning for good luck for Joel Peru to finish this one. A bit of water as well. Referee's making him take ages over it. I mean, it's not a high pressure penalty because we're already 3-0 up. Martin said that if I didn't yawn, he'd punch me, so I had to. Come on, Joel. Joel Peru. 4-0. 4-0. Our goal difference improves. Joel Peru's goal tally improves. The season improves, and our Saturday afternoon improves. 4-0 to Leeds. Joel Peru truly kills off the game. Let's make some changes. Yeah, 25 minutes left. I mean, look, 3 more goals definitely possible in this game to equal what Forest did. Good penalty by Forest. Good penalty by Joel Peru as well. Goalkeeper dives to the goalkeeper's left, and Joel Peru just puts it in the goalkeeper's bottom right-hand corner. Sends him the wrong way, puts it in the corner. Good penalty. And like Chewy says, 4 different scorers. Dan James is coming off now after 2 goals and 2 assists and a goal. And also, Joel Peru is coming off as well after a really good performance. And Bogle's coming off as well. So Byram comes on at right back. Nonto comes on in the attacking mid. And I think I'm guessing and assuming that it'll be Mateo Joseph who's just come on up front. No, I'm not, Pierre. I'm saying that Nottingham Forest won 7-0. So I wonder if Leeds can do the same or better with 25 minutes left to go, 4-0 up and absolutely dominating. Yeah, so Nonto's going to go out on that right-hand side instead of... Wait, hold on. Peru's still on. Here's Nonto charging forward. Nonto on the edge of the box. Shoots! 5-0! No! Nonto's just said, that's why I should start. Nonto's just come on off the bench, run down the pitch through half the Cardiff team and put it in the bottom corner with his left foot. Well, didn't everybody say at some point this season we will absolutely thump someone? And it's finally happening. Bloody hell. I think his left foot, wrong foot's the goalkeeper from the edge of the box after running from about the halfway line. It was about the halfway line. He runs from the right-hand side. He cuts in towards the half space, then goes in towards the centre of the pitch. Completely wrong foots the goalkeeper by going near post from the edge of the box. Along the deck, drags it into that bottom corner. Did I swear? I genuinely don't even remember what I said, Chewy. I must have got caught up in what I was saying. You knew full well it was under Bielsa against Newcastle, Clive. Oh, it was maybe it was West Brom when we beat them 5-0. Ball back now with the goalkeeper. They actually aim to do that. Oh, did I say bloody hell? What was I going to say then? Yeah, the strikers actually aim to go through the defender's legs to try and unsight the goalkeeper. What, love? What's up? Hello. Come on then. Oh, Leeds might be in again down the left-hand side here. Here's Solomon charging forwards, and it's actually going to be a Leeds throw in there after his little twist and turn. What's the matter? Hey? Are you coming to see because we're winning? You can just see a head poking over just the top of the thing there. Ah. Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of a break for... Nonto shoots from distance, goalkeeper saves it. Ah. You're having a right good stroke there, aren't you? Well, what a performance this has been. I mean, I said it in the first half. I think this is the best performance I've seen under Farker. No, she's an indoor cat, Martin. Oh, Aronson's trying to go forward there, and he's been pulled over, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. What? What's up? What are you looking at? I don't know if you can see it. There she is. You can see the top of her head next to me. On top of her ear. So Brendan Aronson is now coming off, and Mateo Joseph is coming on. Ramazani is also coming on as well, by the way. Yeah, can you imagine being 5-0 down and Ramazani comes on? Well, Nonto as well when he came on as well when we were 4-0 up. God, Aronson's covered in mud. Rothwell with the ball into the box. Oh, Firpo gets a head on it, but it goes out in the end. No Schmidt, Sherlock. That's Chewie's joke, by the way. I'm not trying to steal it. I'm just repeating what he said. I don't actually know where her treats are, to be honest. They must be in the other room. But I think she's just looking for a bit of attention, to be honest. Rothwell getting ready to take this corner kick. Corner comes into the box, headed away. Well, I knew it was too good to be true, thinking that we'd score from a corner as well. Oh, Ramazani completely wiped out. That was a frustrated tackle there, but Leeds are still going. Here's Rothwell. Dinks that one to Tanaka. Tanaka now going to shoot from miles out, and he flings it over the bar. Wow, CB. Wow. Yeah, poor shot there from Tanaka, but at this point, like, when else are you going to try doing that? Yeah, you got to see the Ramazani flip. He's Rodon. Byram trying to go through a few players there, but now Tanaka has it. Tanaka fouled. Leeds get a free kick. Oh, Leeds could have carried on there with a really lovely bit of play from Nonto and Byram. This score sends an important message to the rest of the league, says Martin. Yeah, I mean, look, you look at this game and you think, I mean, Cardiff are in 18th, but they were unbeaten in 8, and we're smashing them 5-0. Here's Nonto. Nonto could have been in behind there, but the goalkeeper can pick it up. He wasn't strong enough. Now, Joel Peru should be on 11 goals according to the statistics, but it's not updated. So maybe that's not updated. Dan James is either. Here's Perry and G. Puts the ball into the box, and Meslier just catches that one easily. And now Rodon's getting very angry at Robertson, I think it was. Not sure what he did to Rodon. Maybe a bit of a shove. I think he tried to push Rodon into Meslier and hurt him, but Rodon was like, I'm not having any of that. We could have spread these goals out for a few more games, couldn't we? Here's Rothwell charging forwards now. Now Firpo, heavy touch inside, but it's going to allow him to play the ball towards the back post with his right foot, and it's going to be a goal kick. Hi Ben, welcome to the chat. I think it's more likely that Joel Peru will drop into the 10, Pierre, and that Joseph will go into the 9. But I think that's what it looks like to me. Rodon's played 2,600 minutes this season. What a workhorse. Yeah, look, I mean, Ampadu could go to right centre-back and you could put Verber on at left centre-back, or obviously you don't want to try Strauch too soon, do you? But there's options there to rest more players. Although, how many subs have we made? So we've made Byram's come on, Nonto's come on, Ramazani's come on, and Joseph's come on. So we've still got a sub left, but not sure who the best person to take off would be. Is Nonto. Nonto tries to get it through there, but Nonto somehow manages to get the ball back after his pass deflected off a couple of Cardiff players. Ball ends up with Ampadu after another cut out there. Here's Nonto. Ampadu. Now Firpo. Ampadu. Nonto back to Rodon again. Sorry, not Rodon. Rothwell. Then Ampadu. Then eventually Rodon. Yeah, Peru's dropped into the number 10. Yeah, Strauch's on the bench. But I think he needs a bit more time. Firpo does well to cut that one out and just knock it back to Meslier to clear long. Gutas wins that header against Joseph, but Peru picks up the second ball and drops it off now to Byram. Yeah, the defence hasn't had a lot to do, has it really? So they're never going to have a ridiculously high performance in terms of statistics, but they haven't had to do it, have they really? They haven't had to defend. Hull 1, Stoke 2. Ampadu. Rothwell. Tanaka. To Mateo Joseph, who did slip before that, but he just managed to win the ball back there, Mateo Joseph. He's done well. Now Firpo tries to play a ball through to Ramazani. Ramazani in the box. Tries to get past with good feet. He's still going, Ramazani, here, but then the ball taken away. They're claiming a handball, Leeds fans. But I think it was a complete accident. He was already on the floor. Tanaka with a long ball forward. Oh, Nonto's touch is poor, but here's Mateo Joseph. Joseph goes to shoot, and it's going to be a corner kick. 95th corner since we last scored a header or a volley from one. Well, Strauch's coming on, and Tanaka's coming off. So I'd imagine that means that Ampadu's going to go back into midfield. Yeah, Strauch's coming back in. I'd imagine he'll go left centre back and Ampadu will go back into the midfield. Yeah, probably good to give Tanaka a rest as well. He was the one who played instead of getting removed. Like Rothwell had a break, didn't he, when Gruev came in? So we'll put. Are we back? Supposedly we should be, but I don't know if someone let me know if you can see me. Is it just the preview that's doing that, or can you actually not see me? Melier clears that one long. Right, so you can see me. That's good. Just in time for Leeds to be on the counter-attack. Great ball from Piru to Ramazani. Now down the line again for Firpo. Firpo with a chance to cross the ball in the box. And an advantage there for Leeds. Oh, Piru shoots from distance. And it's going to be another corner. Were there any corners whilst my computer had died? Anyone? Yeah, Ramazani did get wiped out on the edge of the box. Good strike by Piru on the volley. Nothing must have happened then in that time. Did we have any more corners in the time that I was gone? Well, we've got another one now, so Rothwell to take it. Rothwell whips it in. Oh, that was so close to being a sixth goal and a goal from a corner as well. Good foot there by Joseph, but Leeds still don't manage to get the ball back. Ball all the way back to Anik now in the Cardiff goal. He's going to send that one long. Bit of panic in him there, I think, as he did that. Rodon heads that one. Now Strauch's going to have to charge that one down and do something with it. There, he gives it back to Melier. Melier clears as far as Joel Piru. Piru with a nice little turn and pass into Rothwell, and Leeds with another chance to break here. Rothwell charging forward. Can he make the right decision? He plays it out to Nonto. Nonto looking to open up some space here for either a shot or another pass. But it comes back to Piru and then back to Nonto after his shot was deflected. Here's Ramazani out on the left-hand side. What can he do? Ramazani shoots. Deflected, and it's going to be another corner. Yeah, look, I think those two have both been really good, Pierre. Really happy with their performances. Here's Rothwell then with two arms up for this corner kick. Here's Joseph now. Crosses the ball into the box. God, that was close. Nearly Strauch scoring there. Everyone getting in on the act. 14 corners. Definitely. Because that puts us on 98 rather than 90. Oh, Ramazani's nicked the ball here off the defence. Ramazani in behind. Ramazani! Oh, he's missed. He should have scored there, Ramazani. Really should. Oh, he really should have scored there, Ramazani. He could have played it to Joseph as well for a tap-in, but... In fact, he probably he had a player come in there, Joseph, as well, next to him. I think there's only been one yawn this entire game, Martin, and it was the one that I forced to make sure that Peru definitely scored. Here's Strauch charging forward now. Great ball by Strauch into Firpo. Firpo across the box! Mateo Joseph at the back post. It's 6. It's 6-0, everybody. Mateo Joseph's first goal since October. So, look, Cardiff have not learned their lesson. Probably 3 or 4 goals have come from the same cross from that left-hand side. It's Firpo again putting it in that area. Unbelievable. 6 goals, 6 different scorers. Yeah, it has been. 6 different goal scorers. Look, we could make it 7. We could equal what Forest did earlier today. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Gutas plays it out wide here to Perry and G. It's adjudged to be a foul by Firpo there. And Cardiff get it underway again. Can't imagine there'd be very much time added on. A couple of minutes at the most. All the way back to the goalkeeper here. Anik now out to Gutas. Forward to Robinson. Just cut out there by Rothwell with ease. And Ampadu back to Firpo. Back to Rodon. Rodon. Strauch. All the way back to Meslier. 5 minutes extra time. Oh yeah, forgot about all the goal celebrations. You get a minute, and it's per substitutes as well. 5 minutes added on to this game. Ramazani's been fouled there just inside the Leeds half. Well, I'll tell you what, I bet our goal difference is looking good, eh? Because Burnley won 5-0. Our goal difference is plus 40. The next closest person to us goal difference is plus 27. Ours is plus 40. It's ridiculous. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Peru. Back to Rothwell. Now Ampadu. Ramazani. Looking for a pass here. Ramazani slide tackled, but the ball fortuitously drops back to Rothwell. Strauch. Now Peru. Here's Rothwell. Tries to play it to the edge of the box there for Nonto, but can't quite get it to him. That's going to be a foul by Ampadu. It's going to be a free kick. People will be calling for Farke's head. People will be saying that Piru's no good. But you know what? Don't really matter, does it? 6-0, sorry. I almost forgot that we scored another one then. Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? What a game. What a performance. Firpo's just been hit in the face by Perrytung. Probably in May, Martin. Like someone said a minute ago, it was Pierre, I think. The highlights will be the same length as the game. Is Piru. Now Byram. Now Piru out on the left, out on the right hand side. Sorry, into Nonto. He's got a man behind him. Burnley drew. Well, that's good. As long as we can get away from one of the teams. As long as we can get away from third, it doesn't really matter whether we come second or first in the league, does it? Yeah, Leeds fans are chanting, we want 7. Here's Nonto. Tries to get the ball across the box. Cleared that time, but only for a throw-in, not a corner. Yeah, I mean, why is it that we have a performance like this just before the transfer window is about to end so that people can be like, see, we don't need anyone. Here's Nonto. Nonto with a good run there. He's still trying to go forwards on it, but it's been cleared out for another throw-in. Cardiff just trying to boot the ball out at any opportunity now. Millwall to 1-2-1 as well. Here's Joel Piru. Piru with some good feet there, and now Piru gets it back. Here's Firpo on the edge. Now Rothwell. Strauch. Tries to play it forward there to Ramazani, but it just goes past his feet into the goalkeeper. No worries, Pierre. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the channel. Here's Rodon. Thanks, Karen. Appreciate everybody joining me. About 30 seconds left on my footage, but obviously could have finished for other people who I don't know. But yeah, look, unbelievable performance. When I do my match reaction, I'm actually going to have on my screen, I'm going to have up all the goal scorers so I can remember who scored. Oh, Piru! Piru's made it 7! Piru's made it 7! Oh my God. Joel Piru has just made it 7-0 to Leeds. So now we've had a goal scorer that scored more than one goal. He's on 12 for the season now, Joel Piru. Really good finish. 7-0. I mean, isn't it weird that we were all talking about the 7-0 by Forest earlier in the stream, talking about Forest beating Brighton 7-0. And now we've just won 7-0. What are the chances? 7-0. Really good finish. Good ball from Firpo. Great finish from Joel Piru. Oh my God. That's the final whistle, folks. 7-0. 7-0. I'll just repeat that a couple more times just so it sinks in. Leeds have just won 7-0. Our goal difference is now plus 41 or plus 42 or whatever it is. Something ridiculous at this stage in the season. 63 points. Sheffield United. Hold on. Yeah, Sheffield United won 1-0, but Burnley drew 0-0. Leeds United 7, Cardiff City 0. Unbelievable. Joel Peru's now on 12 goals for the season. Dan James should be on 8 assists. Tell you what, bloody hell, what a absolute spanking that Cardiff just received. 7-0. Goals from Aronson, Solomon, James, Piru with 2, Nonto and Mateo Joseph. Bloody hell. What a performance. What a performance. Do me a favour. Make sure you check out my match reaction when that comes out. It won't be too long after this. It'll come out. Just give that a click and a like. That would help me out as well. And I can talk through all the goals. And yeah, wow. What a performance. 7-0. It really, really does give you some good feelings towards where we might end up at the end of this season. Thanks everybody so much for joining me. I really appreciate all your continued support. Thank you to those of you who gave super chats as well. That was, let me see, my thing's just refreshing. How annoying. That was Pierre who said, see, I put my Leeds shirt on earlier and looky here, and Leeds won 7-0. So there you go. And of course, thank you as well to all of our Leeds Lately members who, of course, continue to support the channel every month financially. And of course, as well, those of you who come in, subscribe, chat and everything every single week. Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, just check out the match reaction afterwards. There might be another hot takes video coming out in a couple of days as well. I just need to get a few more of the lads to provide me with a video for that, and that should hopefully be on the channel at some point soon as well. But look, thanks everybody so much for joining me. What a performance. Leeds United have just won 7-0. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.